So I've been making these ceramic spoon rests. I'd actually never heard of a spoon rest before I started making ceramics, but now they're randomly one of my most requested items, which is great for me because these are really simple to make and sometimes I am just in the mood to do something easy. And when I was making these, I knew they'd be the last thing that I ever made at my home pottery studio in Kansas City before tearing it all down and moving to my new studio in New Orleans, which is also my first time moving long distance ever, so I'm like, let's just make the easy thing. So I made these out of 15 ounces of clay and then I just plop it down on the wheel, center it, and then pull up the wall one time. Then I trim away the excess clay at the bottom, clean up the outside, and add a spiral design to the bottom. And then to make it into an actual spoon rest, I just take my finger and rock back and forth to make this little spout. And then I just cut that off the bat, pull it off the wheel, and then it's time for trimming. I attach these onto the wheel using water, so I just wet the rim of the pot and then I put it straight on the wheel head. That exposes the bottom of the pot so that I can smooth it out and cut away any of the rough edges. I also like to cut a foot into these so that it sits a little more flatly on the countertop. Then I use a metal rib to polish it out and just pop it right off the wheel, clean up the edges with a sponge, and stamp my name into the bottom. I wound up making about 30 of these, and my goal was to make about twice as many, but I actually ran out of time before I had to tear down my studio and move. So I just went and fired what I had before one last glazing session. I add wax resist to any parts of the pot where I don't want glaze to stick, and then dunk that whole thing in the bucket, pull it straight out after a few seconds. Then they go into the kiln one more time for glaze firing, and they turn into this beautiful glossy black finish. And I have these with me now at my new studio in New Orleans, currently surrounded by unpacked boxes and junk, so follow along for more and I'll show you my new studio soon.